Hello YouTube viewers, welcome to my channel Science to Technology. In today's show, Computer Wednesday, we're going to talk about AI video maker Sora 2, whatever the progress is going on. So let's dive deep into it. So what is the idea? Now let's figure out, this was the day one idea. Basically, people wanted something that you can just make. As in, like right now, even if you are talking about VFX, you have plates, as in like you take photos, you make in 3D, then you do a lot of stuff. So there is a lot of process. People wanted AI to just do it, as in like, tada, do it. As in text goes in and some resources. Now, what this resources could be, it could be a picture, it could be a clip that like I wanted to look like this. It could be audio, and boom, video comes out of it, nothing else. So that was the dream, and the idea is you can have photorealistic to realistic videos, as in like nobody should be able to tell it's a real video or AI generated video. That's the dream, and it's the most common benchmark, because you have to understand, this is only few years ago, as in like less than 3 years ago. Will Smith eating spaghetti. Now let that be very clear. Now you can't try this. Most AI generator that have online servers, they have a blockaded this statement, so to say. And the primary issue was that AI, again, inherently it's not building video. Like for example, if I want to make a thumbnail, right? So I will have layer upon layer in my Photoshop stack, as in there is a background layer, there is some item layer, there is a text layer, everything is independent, meaning I can tweak it. That's how you're supposed to do it. That's the whole thing we are taught in institute, and when we are working in the industry, feedback is important. You can't do feedbacks with video, simply because again, it's hallucinating. Basically, it's dreaming. It has neural network, it's dreaming, it's not building it up. Basically, when you're watching this woman, that like if you give the same shot for a VFX house, it's like, hey, make this completely like just CG, make it. What they do? First, they will go out and shoot, and again, they will not use the shoot, but they will have ideas like how the heck lighting was. They will take that silver ball, what's the realistic rendition of that scene, then they will recreate that in computer, then they'll have the structure, model, all of that animation, and then they will render it, and then they'll fine tune it and all that. So AI, type it, go home. So that's the whole point. That's the idea. Instead of going through that whole process, like making a product, you just like type it, ta-da. So that's the dream. And be mindful, right now, that is the best benchmark we have for testing any AI company. Many companies will claim, be it Alibaba, be it Meta, be it Google, be it OpenAI, everybody will claim like, we are the best. The company that can make the best text to video generator will be the one that actually has that ability. Because again, everybody wants to do it, it's just that realistically doing it is like difficult. Consistency is difficult, because again, you will have that morphing issue. So Sora 2 is basically puppy of Sora 1. Sora 1 was text-to-video model by OpenAI. That Mark 1, like original product, was released on 9 December 2024. It's 9 months ago. So Sora 2, it took 9 months of delivery, 30 December 2024. That's Mark 2 product. You have to understand. Now, it has made iteration. Obviously, the primary thing they are talking about now, the physics engine is far more reliable. It's far more consistent, because there were a lot of things that were like just kaboot happening in Sora 1. Sora 2 still has that, but they're much less. Like if you generate 10,000 video, 500 of them will have that issue. In last one, it was like if you are generating 10,000 video, give or take 2 to 3,000 would be like that kaput things will happen. Because be mindful, it's not a video. It's not a video in VFX sense. No, there are no layers. There are no structure. There is nothing. You're just like hallucinating the whole thing. You're just dreaming it. So that's there. And this time they have added sound. Now let that be clear. The model itself is sound level, as in inherently when AI is doing it, it is inherently generating the sound. So okay, there is a person, sound, there is armor, sound. So it's not like, okay, we rendered the video, then we overlapped the audio layer. It is integrated. So that part is very good. That part, I mean, all the testing and all the early analysis shows that it is genuinely good, so to say. So that is good. And then top it all off, be mindful, there are video engines or text to video engines that are almost this good. But again, unless I am missing something, none of them have cameo feature. This has cameo feature. What does that mean? That simply means you can scan your face and it will allow you to put yourself into the video. You can even have your likeness to be open to public. Sam Altman done that. Like his scan is open for public, and scan simply means you take your iPhone like this and go tweet, 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 tweet. Like there are already many applications that do that. So you can put yourself into the AI system. iJustine also did that. And that's the part where it starts to become bit powerful. Let that be very clear. There are other AI agents, and again, in some acrobatic scenarios, you will find other AI engines to do better job. But the moment you are like, okay, I want my face to be there, and it has to be look realistic enough, where it's like, ooh, that starts to go down. So, and as of now, they are on limited release, so it's not available for Android, not available for, well, Canada and USA. Last time I checked, that's the only place available. It could change by the time you're watching the video, but yeah. So Sora 2 was released just few days ago. Now it still has the same classical limit of basically all other AI engines, simply because it does have audio and self avatar, which makes it much better. Let them forget. Those two things combined makes it a cut above. Now how much above, I don't know, because again, there could be a very good chance all other agents are also working on them. They're like, yeah, 5 minutes later, boom, our open source system can do that. So that is unknown. But again, as of now, when I'm making this video, I've not seen much that can do something similar. Not in the video rendition part. Video rendition, there are other engines that are almost good. And the general polish is obviously there compared to Sora 1. Like the hallucination is much less. Like if you watch in Sora 1, you type like elephant underwater breathing, it just like has bubbles randomly coming up, like bubbles are in this part 2. It's like it understands like, but a bubble has to come to from some point, so it's there. So physical engine is genuinely better. Not perfect, because again, it's not 3D, but it is there. Consistency has been improved, so the finger happening is much less. So those things are there. But again, warping is still an issue. Now, why is that? Well, we as a 3D game artist and 3D VFX, we learned this very early on. If you go into very old systems, 3D used to be skin mesh. That's it. There was nothing inside. But then we realized that's not how it works, because that inherently means every pose, somebody had to go around and bulge up the muscles and all that. It looked very painted, very fake. So then we started to introduce something like this. Basically, this is muscle engines, simulator body. Basically, you have a skeleton, so bones are there, and then you have muscles. So basically, if the rigging artist will move the hand, muscles will automatically swell up. So that will allow you to have a much more realistic basically structure. So if a character is rendering Hulk, they're not going to like actually, okay, Hulk has done hand like this. Olden times we used to do that. Now we don't. It's like, okay, Hulk closes his fist, all the skin stretching and all that will happen automatically. All the muscle swelling and the contraction will happen automatically. So that's how we do that in 3D. So, and that has a benefit, meaning if you did that, like let's say a character doing like this, and the director looks into it, is like, you know what, I'm not feeling it, the bulge is not big enough, go make it bigger. They'll go into the skin, basically the muscle model, and just like expand it. So that's how it's done. And same goes with like full VFX shot. Like for example, this is a scene from a movie, and they have like this VFX model and things are happening. They're like, you know what, it's cool and all, but I'm not feeling it. The character color is too dull. How about brighten up the scene? You can do that. You can't do that with AI. The moment you do that, AI will try to dream the same thing. It will never match, and that's why the reason why you can't do editings with basically. If AI gives you one thing in one shot, it's perfect. If you want to do minor tweak, it's cheaper and easier. Just bring all the damn thing in Photoshop and do it. Simply because, be mindful, even with photo and images, it's not structure. There is no structure there. There is no layer structures there. It's just like, ta-da. If it works, awesome. Does not, good luck. That's why minor editing is like frustrating. So like this is a game engine, right? So you have a character, you want to break the system. How does this breaking up? We design it. Like if we are making art, we're like, okay, this is how it collapses and all that. And you can be like, I'm not feeling it. Okay, break the planks more, have more sound and all that. You can't do this with AI. So that is the fundamental limit as of now of all this AI video generation tool. They are still in dreaming phase, meaning if single shot output is good, awesome. You can't tweak it too much. At best, you can stitch two clips together, but again, those also does not look that great, because again, it's not a structure. So right now, it will not take VFX artist job unless somebody like finally convinces these AI people, please just have a 3D engine. And again, let that be very clear. I'm not meaning like a full-fledged Unreal engine, real-time engine, nothing like that. Even a basic 3D engine will be fine. As long as it can create a substructure that you can paint on. Like AI could be like, okay, what takes the most amount of time in VFX? It's lighting and rendering. Let AI do those part, and everything else, let there be structure. So then you can have benefit. Okay, I'm not liking this pose. Then you can say, please expand the hands and all that. You can't do that without 3D. So fundamentally right now, the output is stuck for that exact reason. You can't just like, okay, this is the video, I'm cool. Can you tweak this part, like paint this part? Okay, this part. It will try to do its best, but it will not match. So there are certain limitations, and all those limitations will be solved the moment somebody touches with 3D engine. Now let that be very clear. This is one way of solving it that I can see. There must be some other people who are like, no, we can do this in engine only. I have not seen good results, but could happen. Could happen. Knock on wood, could happen. Okay, let's not knock on wood, because again, I want my all artist friends to have a job. So let's hope. Then always keep believing that you can just hallucinate AI to be better. So we'll still have the job. So that's why you can't refine output. It's just dreaming it. So how do they monetize it? That's the most critical part, because again, making clips will take some serious electricity. It does not matter how much, it will take some, it will take X. And if you are giving one person can make 100 clips a day, that is 100X. Now, how many people are doing it? Millions. That's a lot of energy. Even if X is just 1 watt, that's a lot of energy. So that creates the issue. What is the issue? Issue is they must turn a profit, or they're gonna be kaput. So how can they be not making profit and still be rich? Well, hype stocks, meaning your stock has evaluation rather than actual value, like Tesla. Tesla had at one point like $1 trillion. Like, bro, all car companies combined does not have $1 trillion. You do not have that kind of value. You just do not. But they had it. That sort of thing does work. But again, they have a limitation. And history has taught us sooner or later those sort of pseudo evaluation goes kaput. Ideally, you want to be cashing out when it's at peak. So you buy it when it's very cheap, and when it goes completely kaput, you sell and you're out. Then the person who bought it, they have to deal with this. So that is there. And Meta and OpenAI both are trying to create their own social media. It's much easier for Meta simply because they have Facebook and Instagram. OpenAI is also trying their own ecosystem, but that creates an issue. How will they make money from that? Because again, they have to figure out how to advertise it, as in like advertise in it, because without advertising, there is no money. And hosting will become a what we call exponential problem, meaning YouTube had the luxury, my first video was like 13-14 years ago, and that time full HD was a difficult thing. Let that be case. It's not that I was in India, or full HD everybody had. No, even in USA, like full HD was like a difficult thing. Only few cameras could do full HD civilian use. And like for example, Canon 5D Mark II, I think, was the one that finally started with full HD, and it had 10-minute limitation. So full HD video was very difficult. So storage wise, it was not likely that everybody was uploading very giant clips and all that jazz. So there was a lot of effort going into making a video and uploading it. After the advent of mobile phones and cheaper cameras and high quality camera, okay, that went up. Here's the AI went kaput. AI is exponentially worse. Why? Because everybody just have to put enough effort to type some words. They will type words. They will type, even if they are only typing 10 prompts per day, you will have an exponential problem, meaning the amount of clips that you have to store would become stupendously high. Or you can just keep deleting them. But again, if you how would you decide what to delete? That's a problem, because the no actual effort was put into it. So how do you decide what is worth keeping and what is not worth keeping? So that is there fundamentally, and eventually they will run out of storage. Like even YouTube is barely hanging on. So I'm reasonably sure if this sort of AI slop starts to become a normal thing, they will reach a point where it's like, dude, it just, even with 10-second clips, you just eventually cannot store all that. And be mindful, eventually people will ask for longer clips. Be mindful, people say, oh, short attention span. No, we are watching far more podcast and all that jazz. So that will happen. And this idea of hyper personalization, that will like, oh, okay, it's precisely tailored to me. Actually, it's worst simply because there is no voice, meaning when you are going into America, old days, it's like, there were TV shows that were like the cultural noise, so to say. There was like, in America, people are talking about Friends, people are talking about How I Met Your Mother, people are talking about Breaking Bad, people are talking about Game of Thrones. There were these sort of cultural things. But here's the deal, what if everybody was watching their own stuff? Now there is no cultural stuff. Now, is there a penalty to that? Yes, the penalty is there is no voice, there is no individuality, there is nothing that advertiser can attach their stuff to. They can't be like, Jon Snow buys this, or like, the mountain has this water bottle. There is nothing like that. And the moment you break that, the moment you break that impact, advertisers have no reason to do, because again, without call to action of personality, it has to be a call of action of personality. That's why Linus Tech Tips gets a bonkers amount of money to be an advertiser for other people. And I do not mean like a sponsor. He's actually getting paid. There are some Cisco one I remember. There are other brands also that like they hired him to do that, because again, call of personality matters. That's the only way advertisement works. So that matters. And if you remove that, like instead of having personality that who climb their way up to the pyramid and ladder and all that jazz, remove all of that, who you are paying to. And you're like, okay, what if I pay to the platform holder? Basically, I pay to OpenAI, or I pay to, again, why would you? And if you do that, you will pay very little amount of money, because you know the conversion won't be there, because there is no voice, authentic voice. Now, like, okay, VTubers are doing, again, VTubers have somebody behind and they have crawl. That crawling process is the one that creates your voice. If that crawling process has been removed, you just have slop. So that creates a no sale scenario. Because again, if I say Hollywood, you think about, like, okay, be it Top Gun, be it Terminator, be it Rambo, be it Indiana Jones, or MCU, you think of somebody, some face, something that you have seen and grown across. And the more personalized you do, the least of these things happen. Like, there is no shared culture where it's like millions of people watch this. That if that is removed, it's bad. There is no advertisement. Without advertisement, how the heck will you make money? And be mindful, these companies are far more focused on making social media than to actually making a video editing tool. Because again, once they actually do video editing tool, then I can easily see them being a very profitable company, even eclipsing Adobe quite easily. But again, at that point, they have to create a scenario. It's like, bro, I give you material. I want you to do certain things. And if you do something wrong, I want a Control Z option. Where it's like, Control Z, let's undo this. Let's redo this way. So fundamentally, monetization wise, things are looking hype stock only. It's like, how the heck will you make moolah? There is no moolah. Now, what about the damage of this sort of thing? Well, we are only few iterations away. Because I think Sora 5, Sora 7, where it will be like, actual video work. It's just like, yeah, type it and it will do. And again, either somebody will figure out that 3D integration, or somebody will figure out some AI mathematics that allows it to be consistent. Right now, it's not there. And again, consistent as in like hours, as in like 2-3 hours of video footage, and not just like, minutes or seconds. So that I'm reasonably sure that can be done. But again, if you keep slopping content, eventually people will burn out. It's like orgasm. Like, if you have too much, it will just like meh. Like, it's like every horny teenager, once they get exposed to corn, they say like, yeah. And again, when you are like 13, 14 years old, it's like, yeah. After a while, it's just like meh. And again, imagine that same thing happening with every social media feed, be it YouTube, be it Instagram, be it this what is the app name, Sora by OpenAI, whatever have you. If this happens to everything, you will be burnt out. Basically your actual hardware, like your actual brain seed, will be like kaput. It's like, bro, I cannot work anymore. So that's a really bad, like from a emotional point of view, that is really bad. On top of that, structurally, the bad thing that will happen into society, because we all, again, you, I, me, every Tom, Dick and Harry has this issue where we want to believe certain things. So this creates a scenario of what we call complete loss of trust on videos, as in, anything that I want to believe is true, anything that I don't want to believe is AI generated. And you can't debate that. Like, fundamentally, you can't debate that, because again, are you actually going to spend the time, effort and all that? And again, let's just say, even if you did that with government video and all that, like, you got a court order and like verified, no, this video of me was fake and all that, cool, awesome. But here's how many people will believe it? How many people will believe it? Because again, if every video can be faked and if your whole feed is there, you do not know. You just do not know, nor specifically you care. So that creates a very serious issue of public faith on videos and togetherness. That's a really bad thing. And God help you if everybody starts to create rage baiting content. It's like, ooh, that's bad. And I have no idea, like, from YouTube's point of view, I genuinely do not get it. Like, what kind of stupidity they have, like, they're not flat out blocking AI content. It's like, your server cost will kaput you if you do not do that. Like, you have to stop AI content, especially very low effort AI content. Like, unless it's like a bigger channel that has already earned audience, where like, each video is gaining thousands and thousands of views. Cool, awesome. If like, I'm not joking, there are literally channels that are just making AI slop and views are like 15, 16. And there are millions of those. Only few big ones are very popular. And again, you can always see that, like, let's say SpaceX created a Starship first launch, hundreds of these channels were created, and now almost all of them are kaput, because again, it's a really bad from YouTube's point of view. Copycat, clone cat, it's like, it's not wise for them to not, happen. And again, they will burn people out from YouTube itself. So it's really unwise. and copyright claim is coming, because again, I'm genuinely shocked how much conveniently they are directly ripping off basically Nintendo, because again, Nintendo is big enough company and they are stupid enough that they actually start to fight. And again, some amount of fighting does make sense. Some amount of fighting is just stupid, like trying to copyright the gaming mechanism, which that's just sad. That's just sad. That simply means you lucked out with one or two concept and you are out. Like there is nothing left in you. You just have like, Linus Tech Tips just like, oh, I'm gonna buy Nintendo no matter what. It's just like, if you have those sort of people, like basically they are becoming next Apple, where it's like, even if they piss on the customer, they will just buy it. It's like, so copyright is coming for a big brand, and here's the penalty. Let's just say I built this channel for years. It's like 7-8 years at this point in time. So I put a certain unique signature. And again, if you are watching English channel, it may not sing like why YouTubing is my main job. Is because my Hindi channel is big one. That I've crossed silver medal long ago. So that is at like 300K at this point in time. So again, it's not big GG players, but again, more than enough pays my rent. But uniqueness will no longer be valued if everybody is getting hyper personalized thing. No, there is no voice and there is no value because people are burnt out. So why watch anything? It's like, it's really bad. Like, remove the trust part, remove that. It's just bad for everything. It's like, think in this way, like when Matrix happened, the bullet time, when it was showcased first time, people were like, whoa. Now we do not get like, whoa. Why? Because we have seen so much of it. So damage is there. Let that be okay. It's a very serious, very significant. So this was my presentation on basically Sora 2. Hopefully you have liked it, learned from it. In that case, please click the like button. Share it amongst a friend. That will help me a lot. If you didn't like it, didn't enjoy it, I urge you to press dislike. Press it twice to show my excitement. Please leave a comment because I do try to reply to all of them. Subscribe, press the bell icon if you're free. And as always, thanks for watching.